Hi there and welcome to another session of business studies for the 12th standard with me, Vishwanath sir. Last time we were at the principles of management and we took up those principles and we came into the understanding that what are these principles all about, and today we shall try and take up two very famous philosophies of management, which one was by Henry Fayol and the other was by Frederick Winslow Taylor. So these are the two things which we'll be taking into account and how things happen. And Henry Fayol, we discuss in terms of French, when you pronounce it's Henri Fayol, and he was a French management theorist, and his theory is yet widely influenced right now also. Okay. He went to identify the different functions of management and how to conduct all these things were his forte. Okay, so let's see what is he all about and what are the basic principles which he applied for. And he's famous for his 14 general principles. So we understand each one of them in a little bit of detail since it's a revision mode, and come into better understanding. Division of work. Okay, the very meaning work is divided. Work should be divided into small jobs or tasks. A trained specialist is the one who is competent to required to perform each job. The division of work leads to specialization. So what is the thing here? They tell the first thing that work should be divided into small tasks and jobs. A trained specialist is the one who is competent to perform each job. And the division of work leads to specialization. So the person who is performing that task again and again becomes a complete master at it. According to Fayol, the intent of division of labor is to produce more and better work for the same effort. Okay, to produce more and better work for the same effort. Specialize is an efficient way to use human efforts. Okay, so when you know the person has mastered, it becomes better for you also and for him also, because he works for the interest of the company and for himself, and he will produce the maximum for the company. All kinds of works like technical or managerial can be performed more efficiently if it is divided into specialized tasks. Each task is performed by a specialist or a trained employee. This results in efficient and effective output. Okay. For example, if there are separate departments like financing, marketing, production, human resource, all of them have specialized persons who are good at doing things. So collectively they are able to achieve production and the sales targets of the company. Okay. So if you have specialists, it becomes easier for the organization to achieve their goals, and this division of work of course leads to specialization. So this is the first principle which Henri Fayol put forward in his 14 general principles of management. The first principle is division of work. From the first principle, let's go to the second principle. The second principle is of authority and responsibility. According to Fayol, authority means the right to give orders and obtain obedience. Okay, so it's not just giving orders. Okay, but people have to follow your orders. They need you need to have some respect from them towards you. Okay, there are two types of authority. One is official authority and authority to command. That is authority to command, and there is personal authority, which is the authority of the individual manager. Both authority in this case can be formal and informal. Responsible duty becomes the obligation of a subordinate to perform the jobs properly and the assigned duty. Managers require authority commensurate with responsibility. So it is not just giving, but they should ensure that the feedback is essential and the work has been completed. So there has to be a balance between authority and responsibility. Okay, an organization builds safeguards against abuse of managerial power. At the same time, the manager should have necessary authority to carry out his responsibility. So he should be in that position. It is not that he is robbed of certain things where he can exercise his authority. So this has to be decided by the management well in hand. So just going through authority and responsibility and then taking up a few examples. According to Fayol, authority means the right to give orders and to obtain obedience. There are two types of authority. One is official and the other is unofficial or personal. Official means the authority to command, and personal means in the authority of an individual manager. So both are formal and informal. Responsibility means obligation of a subordinate to perform the job or the assigned duty. Managers require authority commensurate with their responsibility. There should be a balance between authority and responsibility. Okay, organization should build safeguard against abuse of managerial power. So the manager shouldn't be autocratic in his approach. He should be sensible because he is working towards a organizational goal, not towards his personal goal. At the same time, he should have the authority to carry out his responsibility. Fine, we take up one example here. Suppose a production manager manufactures scooters, asks his foreman to achieve a target of production of 500 scooters per day. But he did not give him the authority to the requisition of tools and materials from the stores department. The foreman is also not able to achieve the target. In this case, the production manager cannot blame the foreman because he does not give him the authority to give out the requisition for tools and materials from the stores department. So here the principle of authority and responsibility is violated when the employee is given responsibility but he is not given the authority to carry it out. Okay, so this was one such example. Let's take one more example. If a sales manager requires to offer a credit period of 60 days to negotiate a deal with the buyer to fetch a company a net margin of rupees 25 lakhs, he should not be given the power to offer a credit for 100 days because it is not required. Okay, if the authority granted is more than the responsibility, then it may lead to misuse of authority. An organization should build safeguards against the abuse of managerial power. This leads to the principle of authority and responsibility. Okay, so these two examples are good examples by which you come to know what is authority and responsibility. Okay, so right now from the 14 principles we have covered two principles, that is division of work and authority and responsibility. Let's go to the third principle, which is the principle of discipline. Okay, discipline is something in life which you follow, you are bound to achieve great targets. Discipline is the obedience to organizational rules and employment agreement which is necessary for the working of the organization. According to Fayol, discipline requires good superiors at all levels, clear and fair agreements, and judicial application of penalties. Okay, so discipline is a must, because if you don't discipline your workers and they get out of hand, it will be a problem for you only. Okay, so discipline is the obedience to the organizational rules and the employee agreement which is necessary for the working of the organization. Let's take up an example. Suppose the management and labor union have entered into an agreement where the workers have agreed to work overtime without additional payment to revive the company out of loss. In return, the management has promised them to increase the wages when the mission is accomplished. Your discipline would mean both from the workers and for the management. Workers because they are working, and management because they should honor the commitment at these dire circumstances because the workers are doing their commitment levels. Okay, so what did we discuss? What were the three principles we discussed today? One was the division of work, okay, where if work is divided, you create specialists. Then second is authority and responsibility, both go hand in hand. Just don't give responsibility and then don't give the authority. And finally we came to the principle of discipline. Okay, so these were the three principles out of the 14 which we discussed today. Please go through the revision of these principles. Thank you so much. This is Vishwanath sir signing off.